Newton get his physics degree at?
Trinity College, Cambridge.
Anybody tell me that?
He didn't.
No?
I
Oh,
don't know.
that's right, he didn't.
Newton studied the philosophy of Descartes, Gassendi, Hobbes, and in particular Boyle. The mechanics of the Copernican astronomy of Galileo attracted him, and he also studied Kepler's optics.
Sovereign soul unchained mind has no clue what he is talking about as usual. Flatzoid, though you did some minimal research, you think a Bachelor of Arts degree is strictly about art, perhaps. I will clarify what a Bachelor of Arts degree is later, but first, here is Newton's educational background. From the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy, Newton's years at Cambridge prior to Principia. Newton's initial education at Cambridge was classical, focusing, primarily through secondary sources, on Aristotelian rhetoric, logic, ethic, and physics. By 1664, Newton had begun reaching beyond the standard curriculum, reading, for example, the 1656 Latin edition of Descartes' Opera Philosophica, which included the Meditations, Discourse on Method, the Dioptrics, and the Principles of Philosophy. By early 1664 he had also begun teaching himself mathematics, taking notes on works by Oughtred, Viète, Wallace, and Descartes, the latter via Van Schooten's Latin translation, with commentary, of the geometry. Newton spent all but 3 months from the summer of 1665 until the spring of 1667 at home in Woolsthorpe when the university was closed because of the plague. This period was his so-called annus mirabilis. During it, he made his initial experimental discoveries in optics and developed, independently of Huygens's treatment of 1659, the mathematical theory of uniform circular motion, in the process noting the relationship between the inverse square and Kepler's rule relating the square of the planetary periods to the cube of their mean distance from the Sun. Even more impressively, by late 1666 he had become de facto the leading mathematician in the world, having extended his earlier examination of cutting-edge problems into the discovery of the calculus, as presented in his tract of October 1666. He returned to Trinity as a fellow in 1667, where he continued his research in optics, constructing his first reflecting telescope in 1669, and wrote a more extended tract on the calculus, De Analysi per Aequations Numero Terminorum Infinitas, incorporating new work on infinite series. On the basis of this tract, Isaac Barrow recommended Newton as his replacement as Lucasian Professor of Mathematics, a position he assumed in October 1669, 4.5 years after he had received his Bachelor of Arts. From bachelorsportal.com, the Bachelor of Arts, BA, is the most common undergraduate degree offered by universities and colleges worldwide. BA degrees are mainly awarded to students following a program in the liberal arts, e.g. humanities, social sciences. Traditional universities such as Cambridge and Oxford award the Bachelor of Arts degree to all their subjects, including the scientific ones. The study duration of a BA degree is 3 to 4 years. In the UK, a 3-year bachelor is also referred to as basic or minors bachelors, whereas the 4-year bachelor's is referred to as honours bachelor, e.g. criminology and law, HONS. While the Bachelor of Science focuses on research and mathematical skills, the BA degree develops students' abilities to communicate clearly and critically analyze ideas, theories, and concepts. Students learn how to reach their own conclusions and express them logically. During the final year, you have to write a thesis in order to graduate. The Bachelor of Arts, BA, is mainly awarded to students in the areas of humanities, arts, social sciences, linguistics, cultural sciences, but also, in some cases, informatics and business sciences can be awarded with a Bachelor of Arts instead of a Bachelor of Science, BSc. Editor's note: Newton's Bachelor of Arts degree was for natural philosophy. From the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy, natural philosophy, as distinguished from metaphysics and mathematics, is traditionally understood to encompass a wide range of subjects which Aristotle included in the physical sciences. According to this classification, natural philosophy is the science of those beings which undergo change and are independent of human beings. This vast field of inquiry was described in Aristotelian treatises such as Physics, On the Heavens, On Generation and Corruption, Meteorology, History of Animals, On the Parts of Animals, On the Generation of Animals, On the Soul, whose Renaissance reception is not discussed in the present entry, the so-called Parva Naturalia, other minor writings, and some Apocrypha, e.g., the Problemata, which were taught in the universities in the Middle Ages and in the Renaissance. During the Renaissance, despite the enduring centrality of the Aristotelian paradigm for the discipline, natural philosophy was enriched and expanded by a number of further approaches. By the end of the 16th century, natural philosophy was no longer purely identified with the Aristotelian system or a standard university curriculum. At the same time, the proliferation of new contexts and ways of learning did not automatically eliminate older ones, and this fusion contributed to the birth of modern science in a period of religious and political upheaval. You have now been given FE, free education. Too bad you will deny what I have told you with citations, because you will consider any citation from those other than yourself as indoctrination, which explains why you failed education. And to confirm your denial, here are the comments at the time of this recording with your replies, Flatzoid. There is no hiding from the ignorance you so often display.
Even if it was an art degree, which it isn't, it's still one more degree than you have, Flatzoid.
I have a art degree, numpty lol.
Newton got his degree from a crackerjack box.
They think philosophy and art is science lol.
Just be correct. You need no degree. Just be correct. That's what academia is looking for. Flatzoid, this seems very dishonest. In the UK, ABA, Bachelor of Arts, does not mean he literally studied art. That would be a fine arts. In England, Bachelor of the Arts means liberal arts. This can include many different fields, including natural sciences, formal sciences, and social sciences. You're being really dishonest with this one, or you simply didn't Google it.
How am I dishonest? I never said anything other than art. I was simply pointing out it's not a degree in science.
Oh, by the way, Flatzoid, before you claim I gave you the wrong accent on purpose, there was no computer voice option with a South African accent. So I used a UK accent for you instead. Anyway, I hope you learned how wrong you are again and took the FE free education to heart and will apply it in the future. I know. It's like expecting fish to breathe air instead of water to expect a flat earther to apply knowledge. I at least gave it the old college try.